On this demo, we would like to present several ways Agentforce and Einstein can work with Salesforce Advanced Approvals to improve and simplify the approval process. We prepared three approaches for this investigation. First is Einstein summary component, second, AI-based auto-approval process, and the last one, Agentforce agent for interactive approvals. Let's start with the Einstein summary component. Currently, we're located on the approval detail record page, and on the right side you can see Einstein summary component. This component works based on a prompt, and its main idea is to show some outcome based on the input, on how that prompt is built. On the bottom you can see two actions, it's two prompts that we generated. Let's click one of it. So, as you can see, we got a result about this approval, a short summary. We got it in a way how we described our prompt. It's few different sections, some general information about approval, some general information about quote line items, and the last we asked AI to predict some risks that could be for this approval and give us recommendation based on everything it analyzes. So here we can see that recommendation is to approve this record. To see and interact with this Einstein summary component, user needs to have two permission set licenses assigned. It's Einstein for Service Innovations and Einstein Sales Summaries. These licenses are typically add-ons, so pricing should be clarified with the Salesforce account team. Yeah, so basically that's it about Einstein summary component. As you can see, it's only about summarizing and no activity interaction with it. So for the next topic, let's check Agentforce agent. It can be executed from different places. In our case, we have two options. It's button on the top of our org, and it's available across all tabs and pages. And second one, it can be added as a quick action on a specific record pages. So let's initiate it. It works similar to Einstein summary component. It also works based on prompts, but also it can use Apex, flows, integrations, and so on. And the main difference is that it's interactive. User can have a conversation with the agent, ask some clarification questions, and so on. So as we can see, we got almost the same information as we saw on Einstein summary component. But user can have a conversation with the agent like, do you really think I should approve this record? Based on some recommendation is to approve. Okay, let's agree with it. So please approve it. Currently, our agent is smart enough to give a summaries on approval records and execute some actions like approve, reject, and so on. It's kind of extendable and can be taught with any kind of things you would like. So let's approve this record. So it says record is approved. Let's reload the page. Yep, record was successfully approved. To work with the agent, you would need to have an Agentforce license. One license has to be assigned to an agent user, and Einstein feature on the org should be enabled, as well as a for Einstein summary component. And the last one is auto approval logic. So for the demo, we have created 3 similar rules and introduced on the approval rule a new field where in human language we described some dummy condition that AI should analyze and do based on what he understands. So for negative case, we have if remaining amount of the quotes finding source record is bigger than quotes grand total, then approve is not recommended, reject it. For positive case, the same condition, apart from the last part, approve is recommended. And notify when AI cannot make a decision on its own and that approval should be escalated to approval team so they made their own decision. So we have some quote. On the quote, we created finding source record with a remaining amount of 10,000. Let's send this quote for approval. Currently we can see some old records. We are waiting for new one to be generated. Yep, so new records were generated, and as we can see, we have 3 approvals for each approval rule we created. Let's start from the record that was approved by AI. We also introduced a logic to save the reason why that this or another decision was made. So remember, AI reason remaining amount of the quote is greater. And post the condition states, in this case remaining amount, therefore this criteria approval are met. So that's the reason why we see this approval as approved. The one that was rejected also approval comment, recommendation to reject this record if some criteria was met or per understanding or AI it was so. And the only difference for the case when AI leave, what's that one? Notify. When the approval was not approved and reject, it still is as requested and waiting for to be approved or reject. Um, in our case, we created a task for this approval, assigned an approval team for that task, and posted it into the chat. So the approval team users could be aware that there is something they have to pay attention to. And on that task record, we also store a decision that I made. How it works? When approval record is created, we executed also prompt that was predefined, and based on that prompt, on the result of that prompt, AI is making its own decision and executing actions that he thinks are correct. Mostly that's it for this demo. Thank you for your attention.